Hello and potentially welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. So today I've got a moderate going on hard song for us to have a go at. It is an all-time favourite of mine. It's a piano classic. It's a great track. It is Easy by the Commodores. Now this is in the key of A flat, which makes it a little difficult to get our fingers around initially. But in good news, the verse, the intro and the chorus, not in that order, have the same chords. So once we've got those under our fingers, you're kind of sailing. As ever, I'm going to teach you those chords. We're going to talk about the rhythm and the structure. And then at the end, I'm going to give you a couple of extra tips to make it sound really awesome. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so Easy is in the key of A flat. Let's learn that scale because that's what we do. A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G and A flat. Things to notice, we've got these 4 black notes all involved and then not this one because the last step is always a half step. Okay, and that will be where all of our chords come from. Speaking of chords, let's start. So our first chord is going to be A flat major. A flat, skip B flat, play C, skip D flat, play E flat. And there it is. Put that with an A flat. I'm probably going to double that left hand all the way through. As I do, if you think it sounds good, you should do it too. Our second chord, C minor 7. So we're going to take C, E flat, G. Okay, so we are here, A flat, C, E flat. All we need to do is drop that thumb. That gives us C minor. Okay, now we want C minor 7. As many of you will already know, if we just take that C and make it B flat, we get C minor 7, provided we keep this C here. The root note drop, okay? Now, so let's hear those together. Sounding good, I like it. Okay, our next chord is B flat minor 7. So first of all, let's find that. B flat minor, B flat, skip C, play D flat, let's skip E flat, play F. So that's that, B flat minor. Let's put it down there. F goes to F. Right, and then, so from our C minor 7, I should say, because this is really like, if you look at it, it's actually an E flat chord over a C. It becomes a pivot move to get to our B flat. From there to there, F, B flat, D flat. Now, as I said, this is a 7. So we want to do the root note drop, but I want to keep the root note for this, okay? Reason for that is this. I've had a little research into this and there's a little bit about this next chord, about whether it is either a D flat over E flat or a continued B flat minor 7 over E flat. I think it's this one. So if we just start playing that already, then our last chord is sorted for us, okay? Just to recap, that's going to give us A flat, C minor 7, B flat minor 7 with all its notes, all 4 notes, and then B flat minor 7 over E flat. Okay, let's just walk those through a couple of times. A flat, C minor 7, B flat minor 7 over E flat, and then A flat, C minor 7, B flat minor 7 over E flat. Now this rhythm I'm going to give you right now, it's going to take us through pretty much the whole piece. A combination of this and actually just kind of holding that beat is going to get you all the way through. So this rhythm is going to start here. We're going to play the whole chord, and then we're going to play the top 2 notes and then the bottom one. Or maybe in the case of this one, it's going to be the top 3 notes. But basically we're going to isolate into a 1 at the thumb and then everything else which is being played. So we're going to go already sounds pretty familiar, right? I'm going to add in at this point because I just can't help but play it, so I'm probably going to do it by accident. Just an extra leading one. Okay, and there we have your intro, your verse, and your chorus. Done. So I thought I'd deal with this a little differently this time, as those chords are going to just keep going round and round and round for a lot of this piece. I thought I'd deal now with the variations that are going to demark the different sections. Okay, so let's start at the top. Very simple. This is our intro. And second time round, just wait. Okay, real simple. Just hold on that B flat minor 7 chord for 4 beats, and that gets you from intro into verse. Okay, number 2. In the middle of the verse, this is a fun one. I guess it sounds funny, but I just can't stand the pain. Here, 3 and 4 and. Okay, now all that's happening there is I push on the 4 and then we've got this 3E and a 4 and. So 3E and a 4 and. Okay, so you'll do your 3E and a 4 on your B flat minor 7 over E flat, and then land on your A flat, which is the kind of the start of the chord sequence again, on 4 and. And that's what we call a push. Now, a good rule of thumb with pushes is that they almost always come instead of the note that's on 1 or the chord that's on 1, not as well as. So once you land on that 4 and, we're just going to wait, right? Number 3 is going to get us from the verse into the chorus, and this is another relatively simple one in that we're just going to extend those last 2 chords. Lyrics are, you see a big stool and a bar, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, that's why I'm easy. Yeah, just extend those last 2. And number 4, this is the one that gets us out of the chorus. This is the first one, the only one, where we have to really mess around with what our chords actually are. So if we're going, I'm easy, like a Sunday instead of going back to our A flat, we are going to go to an F sharp chord. F sharp, F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Think about it as like just shifting a whole tone down, kind of. We would be there and we're actually there. Okay, F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Our next chord is going to be a D flat over F. So we're going to play D flat, which we can keep, F and A flat. It's kind of an expand down move. That's there. And then our last chord is D flat over E flat, which is helpful because already there, right? That is the perfect chord to take you back to A flat. So easy, like a Sunday morning. 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, those are your 4 variations that are going to get you around the track. Okay, in our bridge here, we're going to have to deal with some slightly complicated chords. And I also wanted to mention a little anomaly. So in the key of A flat, generally speaking, we're going to deal with the chord G flat, not F sharp, according to music theory. Now, I find that F sharp is just an altogether more friendly chord to play, to look for and to find, rather than G flat. But this will lead to a little bit of a weird thing where when we talk about E flat minor, I say E flat, G flat and B flat. But when I talk about F sharp, I talk about F sharp, A sharp and C sharp. Now, music theory nerds amongst us will know what I mean here, but I'm just trying to explain this in the easiest way possible. And honestly, despite knowing that, this is how I think of it, these things when I'm playing them. So I hope that makes sense, okay? We all know G sharp, G flat, F sharp, same note, it's that one, okay? With that in mind, let's carry on. Okay, so we have gone, and we're there, right? Going back to that F sharp chord. Wanna be high. The next chord after that is F minor. F, A flat, C, and then E flat minor. E flat, G flat, B flat, and D flat, which is convenient because, of course, we don't need that, meaning there's our F sharp chord again, right? So F sharp down to F minor, and then back up. Let's call this, incorrectly, F sharp over E flat. Okay. Then we are going to very briefly land on A flat down here. And then to step us back up, we're going to use that D flat, F, A flat, over F that we used earlier. Okay. Now, worth noting here as well, that D flat, in that position, D flat, F, A flat, is really similar to F minor, F, A flat, C. Two very similar chords, okay? So we're not moving very much here. We're going to go F sharp, A sharp, C sharp, F minor, F, A flat, C, E flat minor 7, E flat, but then F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. And then we're just going to make as if we're going back to our F minor again, but keep our C sharp here. Yeah, that's our right hand moves. So all together, gonna be high. There it is, right? F minor, E flat minor 7, A flat, over F. Okay, and that's going to happen, what, 3 times, I think? So now, got 4 more chords that are going to get us into the guitar solo, actually. The first 2 chords we've met before, we've got B, and then we've got F sharp. So your right hand starts on your B, D sharp, F sharp, but we're going to put what would be our 5 notes if the chord were in root position, but we're going to put it here, right? We're going to put it in the bass, so that's B over F sharp, and then we're going to bring our B down to our F sharp, but then we're going to use the 5 notes C sharp there, okay? So it's B over F sharp over C. Let's say that again. B over F sharp over C. And then our next chord is that E flat minor 7 again. So really, we just need to bring that C sharp or D flat that we've got here up to an E flat. Just keep those together. And then to resolve the whole thing, we're going to finish on a D flat chord, which of course we know, D flat, F, A flat. Okay. So I know there's a lot of what we call enharmonics there, as in C sharp versus D flat, but I really want you to think of those in terms of the chord that we're playing and not so much in terms of the music theory scale, okay? I may get crucified for that, we'll see. So let me play that whole bridge for you, okay? Wanna be... into the guitar solo, and that we are not going to touch. Okay, structurally, surprise, surprise, this is not a particularly complex song. We've got intro, verse, chorus, then we have our bridge, then we have a musical interlude, which in this case is a guitar solo, which we're not touching, and then we play the chorus over a couple of times, and then we get to the end. Of course, there is a key change. Okay, 3 bits of extra jazz for you. First of all, this intro. We want to get this iconic, which comes in. It's in the chorus, of course, in the but it actually, we start this planting the seed of that right in the intro, second time round. We've done there is take whatever note your thumb is on and then your thumb there. Yeah, it's always just that octave. And all of a sudden we've got that little riff. 2, 3, and you're in. Second bit of jazz. There's a really recognizable, memorable kind of harmonic thing happens when we go into the bridge. And there's 2 chords I want to just slightly embellish to really get it sounding like the record. First one, when we go here, it's easy like a Sunday morning. Gonna go F sharp major. But we're gonna add our pinky on this F up here to make F sharp major 7. And if you really want to be jazzy, we can also make this F minor 7. So we get da 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 going on at the top, right? So that's F sharp major 7 with an F, F minor 7 with an E flat, and then that's where we were anyway. Okay. And the third thing we need to deal with is this key change. And this is going to happen at the very, very end as we're going around the chorus. Okay, and we're going into the key of A, which is half a step higher than where we currently are. And we're going to kind of do that straight away. So we're here, B flat minor 7. There's that da 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 again, which keeps popping up in this piece. And I want you to think about going to B minor. So first of all, easy peasy with your left hand. Okay, there's B minor, B, D, F sharp, B, D, F sharp. It's B minor 7 we want here to reflect the B flat minor 7 that we're on. So we'll do the root note drop. To notice that this is actually D, F sharp and A, which you guessed it, that's actually a D chord, right? So B minor or D over B. And then the reason I want you to think about that is because our modulation chord is based, our modulation here is based around that chord, D over E, right? So B flat minor 7, B minor 7, D over E, which is the perfect chord to land us back on our A. And those chords will be A, C sharp E, C sharp minor 7. But we're not going to play the C sharp. So rather than being an E flat like it was before, it's now an E. Okay, B minor 7, B, D, F sharp, A, using all the notes because B minor 7 over E is the end.